do a quick thing here, What's going on the tube? What's going on the book? What's going on the gram? What's going on whatever, with the snap, whatever, right? I haven't done this for a while, Enjoy doing this. A lot has happened, right? So finished renovating my place. I think I showed that in my last video. I got two great tenants. One moves in June 1st. One's already here. Great people. London Creative REI meetup was last night. Shout out Nathan Blanco for showing up, man. Great conversation. I love that lad's energy. Of course, Mr. Desek showed up too. We had a great conversation. Me, sometimes I slip up and talk about other people though, right? But always good things is what I'm saying about other people. So what did I do? First thing I'm going to touch base on quick. I applied for the business representative for the utilities sector at my union hall. Shout out Liona, local 1059. Liona Worldwide. Shout out BACU as well, local 5. We work alongside them in the masonry section. If you're going to work in construction, I strongly suggest that you holler at the hall and get into the pre-apprenticeship or the apprenticeship program. They pay you to do it. Applied for that. Of course, I folded in the interview, right? Because I talked about my past, addiction, blah blah. I'm like, as soon as I touch base on that with people, I get right nervous, right? Like you can ask like the lads at at the Realty Den there, right? It was open, right? Like it's not like I'm authentic like that. I'll let you know, right? Ask me questions, I'll elaborate. However, I'm a person that if you ask me a question, it takes me a while to think of the best answer to give. The most honest and truthful answer to give, because I got to think about it, process it, and give you the most real answer I can, right? So something that I always am reflecting on when it's not a good place to stay. It's not good to stay in the past. However, when it's a comparison to you, I think that's okay. And so, I'm reflecting on it, of course, right? Like the one thing that really, couple things, they asked the president there, Brandon, and the rep for the utilities, Josh, asked me, they said, what are your strong points, right? And I said, I don't remember what I said, but my strong points are this, okay? I can see my mistakes and I'm always willing to learn from them. I'm always willing to ask questions, even the most stupidest questions. I enjoy being the most dumb person in the room. And I think that I didn't answer properly. A, I was nervous because I said a little bit about my past. B, because it said your one best thing, right? And I can go on about myself forever, but so some of my strong points, those three that I just touched base on. Generating leads, I'm great at generating leads. I'm good at talking. I look good, I've been told, right? And I can see it, My weakest points are this. Sometimes I forget that I don't care about people's opinion. Sometimes I try to veer away from my past so hard that, I don't know the best way to say this, I'll cut contact with people, especially if I don't see them making an effort, right? Because, getting to this point, it wasn't easy, right? And there's a lot of times and a lot of circumstances, a lot of situations where I could go back. Something else I thought about myself is I'm great at controlling my emotions, except for there's 2 circumstances in my life. One, I was doing great at, but I've not as bad as I was, but have gotten better. And the other I've become really good at. And then what else? That's asked why I cut my hair off. I cut my hair off because A, I was holding on to this little bit of brown hair I had left. B, I got people that live with me now and I can't be leaving long ass hairs all over the place. And C, I don't know. I just, if I actually did what I wanted to do with it, sure, but I didn't end up, and it was just time to go, and all the frays everywhere, it didn't look clean anymore, essentially, right? Back to work doing masonry, back at Render. I think this is my what? 8th day was today. Tomorrow's my first paycheck. Before I go off, back to the interview, something that and like it was another thing. I was nervous from talking about my past, and I was just giving answers, and they were really sincere, right? And like I want to say sorry to the rep, so Josh and Brandon, because I made a reflection of the old local I was in, which it's not like that at all with 1059. With 1059, we are like a close-knit community, almost like a family, and it's great, right? Like, there's so many benefits that if you just ask your rep or ask your steward, they will let you know. And, we're at the point where we're at X amount of members. And as we're growing and as people are having to wait longer for massages and et cetera, we're making more rooms, right? Like the hall is allowing for the inflation of members for them to be able to utilize on the benefits, right? So, because they asked me and I said, in the future, it could get to where the members don't have enough communication with the reps. That's true in my old local. It is, right? But this one is not, that's not true at all. So my deepest apologies for that. And then something that and then they're like, what could we work on? And I said, I said that. And my answer that I wish I had gave, and that the truth answer is nothing. You guys are doing a great job. Keep up the good work. There was another something that I want to touch base on about that interview that I felt I flopped. However, I can't quite remember everything. Where are we at? 6 minutes already, jumping. I was dating for a bit, single now. Station Street is closed. We've started the work. I want to hold it. 100% I do. I don't care. There's some tiny hope project going on for homeless people, and I'm into that stuff, right? Like, I'm all the power to helping the homeless people as long as they're going to help themselves, because let's not forget, you got to help yourself, and then others will see that and then help you back, right? And all the government, we pay taxes for all these things, right? Like, it's just, people have to, once again, utilize these things, right? And you can't go to you can't show up for your appointment ripped on crystal meth or falling asleep high on opioids or fentanyl or whatever you're on, right? Because then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we'll help you. Nah, because that's what happens, right? People get out of jail or the hospital or rehabilitation centers, and they get placed in housing, and then they see someone in the street, let them in their house, start doing drugs again, let them sell drugs into their house, and messes up the whole building that we're out here building, right? King Edward was built 44 bachelor pads, 4 subsidized housing, another one on Dundas, all over the place, right? So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I want to keep it no matter what, but at the end of the day, we'll see how it plays out. Network marketing, been doing that a little bit, trying to get do some what's called bridge texts. I gotta do that tomorrow. Been doing music a little bit. What else? Went to the gym today. Went to the gym twice only since I've been back to work for 10 days, but it's okay. It'll get better. Door knocking, lead generators. I've had some leads go cold. I still got some in the mist. I really have to sit down and work on it. And like, share, subscribe, comment. It's your boy Michael Helps, helping me to help you, living in sin while repenting on my sins and working on me for you daily. Let's get it, baby.